Hi there, welcome back. Okay, this is part 2 of 5-3 in complex fractions. And in the previous video, you were shown how to divide when you have a fraction in a fraction and how it just turns into a division problem. If you've learned what you're supposed to learn in chapter 3, hopefully it's nothing much more than review other than understanding what it is you're doing. Here's a nice simple application for us. We have Monica who reads 7.5 pages of a mystery book in 9 minutes. It says, what is her average reading rate in pages per minute? Okay, that's important language for this, this unit. Pages per minute. Okay, now the word per we talked about when we introduced ratios. You're finding a unit rate here. You're finding how much, you want to know how much does she read in 1 minute. That was unit rate, which we probably did yesterday in class. That simply means divide. So you want to take the number of pages divided by the number of minutes. And that's all this question says to do. And it's all right here. Pages of the book in 9 minutes. So simply put, what we're doing here is we're going to take 7.5 divided by 9. Okay, 7.5 divided by 9. Now that's really a complex fraction. And it's going to be a unit rate because it will tell you how many pages she reads in 1 minute. So if you think back to chapter 3, recall that to divide this, we have to change this to an improper fraction first. 7 times 2 plus 1 is 15, divided by 9. And now to multiply that, you have to do keep, change. 1 over 9. Now, what you have to do now is look for that common factor, which is 3. So I'm going to divide out my 3, because 3 goes into 9 and 3 goes into 15. Right? 9 divided by 3 is 3, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. Okay, so you now have 5 times 1, which is 5, and you have 2 times 3, which is 6. So that means she reads 5/6 of a page per minute. So in other words, not quite 1 page per minute, but close. 5/6, okay, if this helps you, that means of a page per minute, because she reads less than 1. She reads a little bit less than 1 page per minute. 5/6 of a page per minute, that's her unit rate, or her average rate of reading. Let's take a look at the next one. Okay, Patrick drove 220 miles to his grandmother's house, and the trip took him 4 2/5 hours. What is his average speed? And here it is, miles per hour. All right, so you're going to find that unit rate. You're going to take the number of miles divided by the number of hours. The key word, again, per, tells us to do that. That's what you're doing, and you're finding a unit rate. All right, so you got 220. Simple for us if we've done our previous work. 420 divided by 4 2/5. Okay, so again, you should know that you can't divide the mixed number, so we need to change that. 5 times 4 plus 2 is 22 over 5. Keep, change. 220 over 1 times 5 over 22. And this problem actually works out really nicely for us because 22 actually goes into 222, or 220, 22 times, divided by 22. That becomes 1, divide that by 22, and you get 10. All of a sudden, this problem became really easy. You have 10 times 5 in the numerator, which is 50, over 1 times 1 is 1, so it's 50 miles per hour. There, another unit rate for you. Easy stuff. Okay, so nice, easy application there. When you see those keywords right there, with that per, you should be going, oh, that's great. This is so easy for me. Divide, that's all you do. And then the last part here, again, much easier than it looks at the beginning. This is asking you to write the percent as a fraction. Simplest form, that basically means to reduce it, which we always do anyway. Okay, so we're going to take a percent as a fraction. Well, here's all that's happening there. Simply put, when you have a percentage, you basically have this. 6 2/3% is the same thing as 6 2/3 over 100. You just put it over 100, or in other words, you divide it by 100. Okay, so to work this out, you're going to do 6 2/3 divided by 100. Now you've got to do a little math here. 6 times 3 plus 2, that's 20 thirds. Now I'm going to do keep, change, because that's going to keep. That one doesn't change, but since I don't have to do anything to 100, I can go ahead and change that to multiply, and I can change that to 1 over 100. Okay, that's all you do here. And I don't know why I wrote 200 there. That's a mistake. I'm sure you were all excited because you caught my mistake, right? I said 20. I think I said 20. I wrote 200. That's 20 right there. No on the candy. Nice try. I know you. All right. So this now divides 20 and 100 are both divisible by 20. Divide 20 by 20 is 1. Divide 20 by 100 and get 5. Okay, now you're going on the top. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 5 is 15. There it is. It's 1/15. That's all you have to do. Simple stuff. Same thing right here. 7. Let's see if I can do this one right. 7 times 2 plus 1, that's 15 over 2 divided by 100. All right, I kind of skipped a step there, but you take that. I just made it a mixed number, and because it's a percent, all right, again, that symbol right there, that's why we divide it by 100, because percent means out of 100. Okay, so keep, change this. 15 over 2 times 1 over 100. And we have common factor here of, what is it, 5. I guess it's just 5. 5 goes in there 3 times, and 5 goes into 120 times. 5 times 20 is 100, 5 times 3 is 15. Yeah, I don't see anything else. So on the top you have 3 times 1 is 3. On the bottom you have 2 times 20 is 40. The answer, 3 over 40. Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to click to the next slide here. These are our last 2 questions. So again, I am going to ask you to go ahead and try working number 11 out like earlier, and hit the pause button. In just a second, hit pause, and then when you come back, I'll have the answer to number 11. Please try it first and see if you get what I got. Hit pause now. And presto, there it is. Came out to be 21 over 200 there. 10.5 divided by 100, made that 21 over 2 times 1 over 100. Put a note there for you. There were no common factors in there. 21 over 200 is your answer. Okay, if you didn't get this right, go back and fix it. You should be doing this in pencil, please, so you can erase and correct. But it's very good for you to, when you think you get the hang of it, work ahead, use the pause function here like I'm saying, and see if you get it right. So I'm going to ask you to do the same thing for number 12. Hit pause, and I'm going to come right back with the answer and the work for you in just a second. And there it is. How'd you do? Did you get 23 over 150? I hope you did. If you didn't, please go back and look at it. But the first step is to write the question down, then change it to, if you need to change it to improper, do that, then keep, change. The common factor here was 2. Both 46 and 100 were divisible by 2. Give me 23 there and 50 right there. Multiply across. 23 over 150. So if you were able to do those last 2 problems, and when I pause, you're going to be in great shape for class tomorrow. So bring your notes in, and hopefully that all worked out for you. It should be an easy day for you if you've kept up. See you soon.